Hi, I'm Raborn Johnson for Sample Library Review, and today I'm checking out the Blisko Strings bundle by Felt Instruments. Blisko Strings is a boutique collection of unique string articulations that has a human feel and movement to it. These are not strings meant to recreate a typical string performance. These are strings designed to live and move, to allow you to create unique compositions that feel as if you have actual string players sitting in your studio who influence the composition as much as you do. Blisko strings can be purchased separately as Blissco violin, viola, and cello, or as a bundle. Blissco comes in an exclusive engine as a VST AUX AAX plugin. Each library is also MPE compatible. Blissco Violin downloads as 11.4 gigabytes, Blissco Viola downloads as 10.1 gigabytes, and Blissco Cello downloads as 13.3 gigabytes. Each library comes with up to 3 players and 2 close and 2 room mic signals that can be blended together. There are both shape articulations and moment articulations that allow you to blend up to 3 articulations together to be controlled by your mod wheel. So today I'm checking out the Blisko Strings bundle by Felt Instruments. This is a nice series of boutique string libraries that you can either buy as a bundle in Blisko Strings, or you can buy them separately as Blissco Cello, Blissco Viola, and Blissco Violin. This is, like I say, a very boutique and unique string library with a lot of unique articulations and, as you can see, a unique plugin that comes in either VST, AU, or AAX that you can use directly in your DAW. So we're going to check out the sounds from the library. We're going to check out the engine itself and see what you think. The first thing I'll say about Blissco is, as you can see, it's got a really just simple graphical interface. You can really see what this is doing on the front end with attack, release, echo. It has 3 different types of echo, 3 different types of reverb, and actually each library comes with up to 3 players, and that's modulated. So you can go down to 1, you can go up to 3. And there's also 2 room and 2 close mics that you can blend together. So I really like the way they do that. You can see the mixer moving as I do that. And again, you've got pan controls, you've got volume controls for each individual player. You've got a really neat cascade feature that will delay the start of each player. And you can, do that in time. One of the things about this library is it's very, it has a lot of movement and a lot of feeling to it. So it's not at all static. It's very dynamic. So we'll look a little more at the engine in a moment, but let's go ahead and just start right off the bat with the arc patch. And again, I'm in the cellos here starting out. One of the things you'll notice too is that the cello goes really high. It's got a really big range here. All the way from D1, all the way up, I think, to D4. Yeah. So very, very wide range there. So the Articulation Selector, when you click up here, you'll see that there's some articulations at the top, and there's 2 different types of articulations. There's shapes and there's moments. So these 4 are the shapes. Let's go through those. Here's the next one, rise. These are individual articulations, and you can see the shapes really comes from what you're seeing here, the shapes that control them. And when we get into the moments, those are actually customizable articulations that you can blend together. So we'll do some more of those, but let's start with this, with the shapes articulations. So here's rise. And Gypsy Pizzicato. and ricochet. Okay, so one thing about this one is the mod wheel. You have to engage the mod wheel to get this one going. Or at least I did. All right, let's go through some of the moments articulations. So this is, to me, where it gets really fun. So you can see here we've got Sultasto Pulse, and actually it's two articulations, the Sultasto Sustains and the Pulse Sustains. And you can rotate between these with the mod wheel, which makes them really, really neat. Check it out. I really like the movement in those. Let's go ahead and take that down to one player and see what happens. Really, really cool. Let's go ahead and change this up a little bit. Let's go for, let's do the Sultasto Trills. So here we have, in just a moment, I believe it. Yeah, here we go. Pulse Sustains and Sultasto Trills. Here we go. And if you go just to the one here, just to the one little square box, you'll find that you go back to one articulation, 2 to 2, and 3 to 3. So let's play with this a little bit. Let's take out the trills, and that's another thing I like that you can do on here, is if you just click the articulation, you can choose from a whole set of articulations, and you can see these are not your typical articulations. These are not the ones that you see in your typical string libraries. Very unique, very specialized. So let's go with the Pontilist Brushed, and let's go maybe with the Sultasto Sustains. And how about some Sultasto Trills? Let's give that a try. And I'm simply going back and forth with the mod wheel, starting out at the Sustains, moving to the Pontilist Brushed, and then up to the Trills. And just back and forth. It's just such a gentle string library. I love stuff like this. I like a lot of music in the, the Scandi style, the Olafur Arnold's, Niels Fromm. I mean, it's just, this to me just fits that ethos so well. You put some solo piano with this and oh my goodness, just magical things. So just for fun, let's try the echoes. There's actually 3 different types of echoes and 3 different types of reverb. And what I really like about this as well is these are not just like your stock, contact echoes or reverbs. These are very specialized recordings that were done by felt instruments. There's things like tape machines and some washes and just really, really cool stuff. So let's play with this a little bit. I'm going to turn up the echo quite a bit so you can hear it. You can hear that going in the background. Let's change it. And to the third type. And let's do the same thing with the reverbs here. So let's go up to around 100. And the second one. And finally the third one. You can hear that ambient wash there. That's really, really nice. Let's take the reverb off and actually let's just change these out. How about the Collegno? Maybe, I can never say this, flageolet sustains, I guess. And then let's do the Tremolo Bursts. And this time, let's play with the mics a little bit. How about we go all the way close on this one? And let's take it all the way to the room mic. Oops, there we go. There are so many things I love about that right there. So many things. The fact that you can fade from one of those articulations to another, and I especially like the way you can stack them from kind of the most gentle to the most, the loudest, the most boisterous, because it really just gives you this feel of actual players moving from, this gentle, movement just to something just completely, just really big and bold. I love that. And the fade work that has been done by Felt Instruments between these, the way that they fade so nicely together, just really bravo. And I gotta say, the other thing I love is you can see there's no delay, there's no reverb. This is all just the room mic, and there's two different rooms, as I mentioned before. I love these room mics. It was recorded in a really small room from what they say, but I don't know. There's something about the air that they capture, just totally beautiful. Let's try the other one. And maybe while we're at it, let's go ahead and switch out the articulations as well. So how about we try maybe Sultasto sustains? How about Pontilist plucked? And finally, oh, let's do well, we should, I'll come back to that one. That one's really interesting. Let's do the Pontilist brushed. So this time we're going to go from what I think is really, really gentle to a little more loud and full, back to a little gentle at the top. So let's see how this goes together. And we're trying the second room mic all the way. And so I was actually wrong about that. It's gentle. So the Sultasto is really gentle. The Pontilist plucked is that really nice movement. And then the Pontilist brushed is just really full. So let's do that again. But this time, let's take it down to maybe 2 players. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to give this a try, the cascading. So, excuse me, the cascading will actually delay the start. So I'm going to delay it for the first player by an 1/8, and then a 16th for the second player, and then this variance button. I love this. The variance button actually changes the sample start position. So you end up with some really, really different sounds, which I really like. So let's give this a try. I mean, that's just gorgeous. Gosh, these are not your standard articulations. This is not something you're going to use every day. But goodness, what it does so well, so differently than other libraries. So that's the cello. Of course, we've not seen the entire thing, but I think that gives you a really good feel for what this does. As you can see, there's also a Divisi function, which is really nice, and it's MPE compatible. So if you use something like the Rolly C board, you can, use that 5D expression to really pull out what's going on here in the transitions. So with that, let's move to the viola. So again, the viola here, it's going to look the exact same. So I won't go through all of the different things with the interface itself because it's going to be the same. But let's go ahead and just move into the articulations. Let's start with our shape articulations, the arcs. I mean, goodness, the air in that is just incredible. Okay, the rise. And again, we're doing 3 players and just a full 50-50 mic blend on the A mics. Okay. And the Collegno. All right, and the ricochets. And they just keep ricocheting. So nice. Let's try on the variants there and you can hear the difference. You'll hear that every time I push it down with that variant, it's going to change because the sample start is randomized. I love that. That's so cool. All right, and let's move into the moments articulations. And let's see, the Collegno sustains with, how about the Pontilist plucked? I mean, that's just so subtle. Gosh, that's beautiful. I love that. Okay. Very cool. Let's do this. Let's move to 3. And let's end this one with the Tremolo Bursts. I just love how that moves. Gosh, that's so nice. Okay, and I'm going to, because I just love these room mics. Let's go to the B. So we're changing the room mic to the B room. All right, let's give that a try. Oh, gorgeous. Goodness, that is just excellent, friends. Bravo to Felt Instruments. I mean, this, again, these are not things you'll use every day, but gosh, when you're looking for something like this, this is the kind of thing that's so hard to find without real players sitting in your studio with you. I mean, the movement that these have and the fact that you can even control that movement with the mod wheel, that you can cascade that movement, that you can blend that movement, that you can offset the sample start and you can offset the players. It just adds life and breath and character that's just so far hard to find in a regular sample library. So even though it's not something you'll use every day, when you're looking for specialty articulations, I mean, this is my jam right here. I love this stuff. Let's add another one here. Let's go, actually, let's do 3. How about the Sultasto sustains, the Flageolet sustains, and I'm going to go bow on wood. Now, the bow on wood, you're going to have to really focus to hear that one because it's literally just the bow. So it's going to be very quiet and very subtle, but very airy and beautiful. Let's check it out. Oh my goodness, I could play with that all day. Oh, I love that. Let's throw some reverb on there. And you know what? I'm going to put 100 and we're going to go to the 3rd type because that's the one that's the real ambient wash sound. So let's check that out. Goodness, I could do that all day, folks. That is the epitome of gorgeous. All right, one more. We're just going to do custom. I like how you can do the custom. You can just start it out and it will just throw a custom one on there. So this time it's bow on wood, Sultasto sustains, and Tremolo Bursts. You can always change that up. This time I'm going to reduce it to 1 player and I'm going to we'll leave it on the 50-50 room blend. I'm going to do the B close mics this time. And we're also going to throw some variants on there. And let's throw that ambient wash reverb to about 100. And let's see what 1 player sounds like. And again, you've got your pan control. So, you can put these in their orchestral position as well. All right, so here's the violins. And again, same stuff applies, exact same interface. So let's just move straight to the articulations, starting with the shapes. And let's move over to the movement, or excuse me, the moments. I'll get it right in a moment. No pun intended. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And the Collegno sustains, let's do 3. Let's do the Flageolet sustains, and let's do the Pontilist Brushed. That's just so broken and so beautiful. I love that. Let's jump down to the Tremolo Bursts. And you know what? Let's go straight from those. We're going to go opposite this time. So we're going to go Tremolo Bursts, and we're going to go on the mod wheel. We're going to go through a progression that starts more full and loud to something that's soft. So let's do maybe the Pontilist Brushed, and then let's do the Bow on Wood. Let's see what that comes up with. Oh, and you know what? Let's go ahead, because I'm in love with the room mic and I'm having fun here. Let's go to 2 players, and let's put on, let's try a reverb number 2 on this one. Beautiful, beautiful. And this time let's do, excuse me, let's do, how about, so we've got Pontilist Plucked, Pontilist Brushed, and then let's go to the Pulse Sustains. I mean, it's just so cool. It's so unique. This is not something that you're going to use probably with, you know, very BPM songs where you need to be right on the beat. I mean, this is going to be very, it's got a very human feel to it. Just the movement in it, the fact that The sounds just do not, sometimes they're unpredictable, but it's this really, really great combination of they're predictable enough so that you can keep them within certain parameters, but they're unpredictable enough as to feel human and alive and as if the library is a partner in your composition process. So instead of you just writing the song, it's like the library comes along and says, well, I've got a little spice and a little something I'm going to add to that too, which I think is just really, really cool. Again, not something you're going to use every day, but I'm telling you, when you're looking for something that sounds like this, honestly, there's just not a whole lot on the market that matches it. I have a lot of libraries that are seeking to do this same type of thing, and they all have their place and they're all excellent. And I use them in different scenarios, but this one is definitely, it just has a unique feel, and it's probably one of them. I have a ton of string libraries. This is definitely one of the most unique ones I have. Thanks for checking out Blisko Strings with me. What do you think about Blissco? Do you find these strings to be unique? What do you think about boutique strings in general? Do you like them? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel. Check out samplelibraryreview.com to get more video reviews like this, as well as our weekly deal compressor.